Sunday, August 22nd, second day of the instrument panel, and in particular the instrument cluster. I'm going to do the driver's side panel today. Same thing as the center panel, very similar. Nothing really in it, just a lot of care, a lot of cleaning, and a little bit of attention to detail. So here's the current panel. Speedometer, rev counter, hazard switch, headlamp switch, brake switch, brake fluid switch I should say. I have this little push button switch, I don't know what that's for. For now I'm going to keep that. Honestly can't remember what that was for. That looks like an add-on, quite honestly. I have these two little knobs as well, I believe, and then I have all of the decals. Here are all of the spare parts. You can get just about everything. And then this is what the current speedometer looks like, and the rev counter. I mean, they're just 50 years old, tired. And I bought a lens and O-ring kit, and also new bezels. So these are new. The glass and the bezel came out of Germany, I believe, but I found those on eBay. And then the O-rings are a combination of some stuff that I got from Moss, but also from the unit in Germany. Won't take long. Make huge difference. Alright, simple as that basically. I'm now going to go and clean this. I think it will come up great, and I'll use this in the same way that I use the center panel. And I don't know, for whatever reason I just like the look of it being older but cleaned up. So we'll go from there. Alright, but this is going to look great, I think. So, quick wash, drawing works great. I'm going to put this to one side now for a little bit, let it dry. And I'm going to work on one of the gauges. Didn't film the gauge replacement, and a friend of mine reached out and said you should just show it. It's not that difficult, it's just a bit tricky, so you've got to take your time. Anyway, so let me show you that. So this is the rev counter. I'm just going to take off all of this crud. Then you can see there's a little tab here. Theoretically you should be able to rotate that to there, and then the bezel comes off and you can get to the glass. So theoretically, right? So I might have to prise this up a little bit. We'll see, right? But you take it apart, then you clean it, put new O-ring on it, and you are laughing. All right, but we'll film it and I'll show you what I do. Alright, I had attempted to film how you take the bezel off and replace the glass and clean out the instrument, but I forgot to press record. So I'm going to do it on the rev counter, but I wanted to show you what a new one looks like, and then versus what it looked like originally. So just an infinite amount of difference. This is actually the original glass. It's just taken apart and then cleaned up, and then it has a new bezel, and I'm going to do exactly the same with this. So I'll record how I do it with this one, and we'll go from there. So that's what the speeder looks like without the glass and the bezel on it. I'm actually not going to do anything with it. I might give it just a couple of gentle puffs to get some of these white dots off, but looks fantastic otherwise. Yeah, looks really good. Alright, so that's that side of it. This sits on the top. This actually is a gasket for the glass. The glass sits on top of that. The glass that I bought is actually different, and sits inside this ring. Sits inside. It sits inside this ring, but it's slightly too big, so it's not a good fit. Anyway, so I'm going to go with the original setup, which is that is the gasket for the glass, and then this is the old glass. You can see how dirty that glass is. It sits on there. What I'm going to do now is going to go and clean that glass, and then basically it's the reverse, but I'm going to use a brand new bezel, and it's going to look fantastic. So just have to be careful, and it will go back together great. Well, that's what it looks like finished. Just gorgeous, worth the effort. Little fiddly, but well worth the time. Look great in the comb. So with those gauges done, I'm going to start the reassembly of the driver side cluster. All right, and here we are. All nicely put back together again and super clean. Instruments are updated. Some new bits added. These heater control knobs, I'll actually paint them up, see what they end up looking like. If I don't like them, then I'll get some new ones. But so there are two little knobs that go on the end of there. They're just die cast, so I'll clean them up and paint them, see what they end up looking like. Very pleasing, looks awesome.